Smelly Mel, the hood postman, the hood journalist. You know, the vibe. I still rocking that bubbly, as y'all can see. Let's see. I got Malcolm in the background. Yeah, Malcolm back there. There you go. Yeah, what's good with you guys, man? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Man, on this day. What is this day, man? You know what I mean? People are getting to this, what do they call it? Resurrection? Nah, I call it the Holy Indoctrination Day. Because people don't, they get into these things, man. What's going on with you, man? Live chat. Square life. You living that square life, man? What's up with you, Linwood? I see you out there. Yeah, I'm just at the house chilling, man, and been seeing all my people, man. You know what I mean? They get so wound up and involved in this what they call resurrection. You know what I mean? But really, it's Holy Indoctrination Day, man, because the book that they reading from and try to understand all this stuff is the very tool they use to enslave you and keep you in slavery. You know what I mean? Because here it is. What religion does is a psycho-philosophical vehicle or spiritual and intellectual enslavement. And it has three ends. It's to marginalize, underestimate, and undervalue of black people because they know who you are as a people. You come from kingdoms and complex architecture. So therefore it behooves me, man, when people get into these things. Man, picture, yeah, that Nissan truck was live, man. Turtle had a man. That Nissan truck he had back then was funky, man. But anyway, getting back to my point, man. It's surprising how many people that fall into these traps and right today, man, the shackles. There's no longer shackles, chains, whips, overseers, straw bosses, and none of that stuff. But we do have religion, and religion is holding you guys in a place to where white people really don't have to monitor you because the religion is doing all that. And the preachers and the reverends and the bishops, so these guys are the new overseers, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because it's nothing. What the problem is, though, a lot of you guys don't really go and study, and you take it for tradition. You know what I mean? Your grandmothers before then, and your mothers, and all these people that followed the religion. They followed it based on tradition, not necessarily something that they studied on or something that they found conclusions or because a lot of the stuff where it's concerning black people predates any of this stuff in the Bible. You know what I mean? There's no artifacts, there's no burial sites, there's no sarcophagus, there's no sphinx, there's no um, geographical locations where you can go and find anybody that ever lived in the Bible. Not one. But yet, you can go right there in Egypt and find people that lived thousands and thousands of years before the Bible, and their existence was true. You know what I mean? Because the hieroglyphic speaks to that, and all the things that are sarcophagus and tombs and the Sphinx and all them stuff and all this stuff, man. Go away, Daryl. Daryl, go around. I'm doing something. I said, yeah, go around. Somebody just bothered me, man. Right in the middle when I'm talking to you guys, he coming to the door talking about, you can't get in. Go around. Yeah, I'm gonna look for that picture, man, of Turtle's truck, man. You know what I mean? I just want to talk, man, for a brief minute and see if I can get this live stream thing working. You know what I mean? Because I've been having difficulty with it, and now that I see what to do, Malcolm's in the back. Yeah, man, he's watching over us. Now that I see what I do, I just use StreamYard, and StreamYard allows me to reach out to you guys in ways that just coming from YouTube, it kind of like stagnates you. You know what I mean? They want you to identify what crowd or what a particular group of people you'll be talking to. So if you put in there like the kids, they got a little kids safety thing there. And if they feel that what you're saying is too harsh and not deemed suitable for kids, then they'll block you. Yeah, I got the live chat on now. But I hope you guys, man, I just let me know, give me some feedback, man. Do y'all really appreciate the stories I tell or the information that I bring forward? I mean, because if you don't like it, I can go find something else to do, man. I'm just kind of freelancing this stuff. Although I do study it, I mean, you know what I mean, because I believe in breaking the psychological chains of slavery. There's a book out. It's called by Shahrazar Ali. Called "Are You Still a Slave?" And right at the back of the book, man, if you read it, it'll show you. It got a test back there. You know what I mean? You could take the test and find out whether you're still a slave. And a lot of people are slaves and don't even know it. they Because they follow tradition and they follow things that they haven't studied, or you know what I mean. It's Black history we need. Yeah, we need definitely need the Black history, because Black history, you know what I mean? And y'all hear me say this time at time at the time at the time, is that history is medicine for a sick mind, but with the history is a variety of human experiences that we can teach from, study from, you know what I mean, and propel us in new millennium in the way we should be, man, because the information age is here. There's no what's going on, Big Devil? I see you, baby. There's no longer they can't hold us back anymore. You know what I mean? They can't stop us from accessing information. Only thing we do, you know what I mean? The only thing they can depend on is the indoctrination that's holding many of our people captive. You know what I mean? Because they believe that somehow if they do something wrong, they're gonna go to hell. But heaven and hell is right here. Your life is great. You're doing real good in it. Yeah, that's a good book, man. You're living in hell, man. But needless to say, man, my I was made to be in an open environment, man. You know what I mean? My habitat is not I either one deemed by man. You know what I mean? So I was made to be in an open environment. And anytime you think that you can measure, if you can't measure the universe, how in the hell you think you can measure the one that created it? You know what I mean? Would it be more simply because everything is mathematics? There are five subjects that everybody rely upon. That subjects are science, biology, chemistry, and mathematics and physics. Those are the five things that advance the world more than any other subject. You know what I mean? I put those five subjects up against anybody religious book, Bible, Quran, or Bhagavad Gita, or any of those books. Eastern thought, Eastern philosophy. You know what I mean? They all sound good. What I believe there's some instructions in them for people that don't necessarily have all their faculties or have all the right guidance to know right from wrong. I mean, I think it's kind of like a thing that we born with. You know what I mean? You ever get that feeling when you're doing something wrong? You know what I mean? You get that feeling that comes over you. That's it. Damn, nigga, you doing some fucked up shit. you know. But nonetheless, man, you know what I mean? I hope you guys are having to, deal with your circumstances in a way that is open, that is meaningful. You know what I mean? Because we got to be on purpose, man. I got a meaning and a purpose, and each day I try to approach life that way. You know what I mean? Because in the so-called game of life, man, it's really just practice. We just hope we get good at it. That's all life is. It's just practice. You just hope you get good at it at some point. You know what I mean? And not be um kind of messed up over what other people think or say, man. Because at the end of the day, it don't matter what people think or say about you. Ultimately, is what you think about yourself. So, if, me too. Yeah. Well, I know, Devil, man. You chilling at the crab. Hey, Devil, man. You know what, man? I'm gonna have to shout out to Tubby. Yeah, SBC. That's my loved one right there. It's a younger homie. I'm gonna have to sit down with you, Deb, so we can, you know, so we can talk, man. Let's see. Oh, trying to see how you do that, Deb. I guess that's what happened when you're trying to build an airplane as you go, right? Man, I was trying to build an airplane as I go, man. And devil, I tried something, man. I was trying to click you in, but trust me, man, I'm gonna figure this shit out, man. That's funny. Yeah, I was just trying to build an airplane as I go, man. Took a roll turn, took a nosedive, actually. And I'm supposed to be the professor, right? Yeah, but anyway, Big Deb, we're gonna have to sit down, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to sit down, man, and get a deep dive into Polk Street history, man. I want to deep dive it, man, because there's some things that I know that you know and other people don't know. You know what I mean? Because I'm closely related to you guys, so you know what I mean. And when it comes to this tribal stuff, 9 cents out of 10, I know somebody that's at the top of the food chain, so to speak. You know what I mean? So yeah, I look forward to that, Dale. Are you ready, bro? That's right. Yeah, man. But I don't want to keep trying to build an airplane as we go, right, man? Because I just tried to click you in on a live thing, but I'm gonna figure this StreamYard out. Once I figure it out, actually, it's kind of cool because when I looked at all the tools that was in the background, I saw where you actually, to bring guests in and whatever, and invite them onto the platform, and you know what I mean. I know G. Lou. Shout out to G. Lou, man. G. Lou is a professional at that, man. Shout out to G. Lou. Yeah. Aldridge, what's happening, man? How long were you in the feds? I was there, man, about 9 years and some change. Actually, I went with it was me, gangster, my brother, and my homie Pee Wee, my homie Don Juan, and and those are more or less the homies. But everybody else, we had like 27 co-defendants, man, and like shit, man, more than half of them lined up against us. They was ready to raise their hand, man. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You know what I mean? So, in order to save ourselves from total annihilation and a bunch of pain, we decided to plead to foreseeable. You know what I mean? And that foreseeable got my range was 188 months, which is about 15 years. But I fought it down. Matter of fact, I got back in the ninth court of circuit appeals, and I won on two parts. I won on time, and I won on property. You know what I mean? They had to return some property and money, jury and stuff, and they lowered my time down to 9 years. So yeah, it worked out. I mean, what can you say, man? What can you do, man, when it comes to that stuff, man? You know what I mean? And that's part of it. These are the things that's been put in front of us that I believe he thought out well before they put him out there, you know what I mean, for us to dangle, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a shiny object. Here goes a shiny object because white people swear that Reagan was like the best thing that ever happened. Reagan was some shit for black people, period. You know what I mean? Because remember during that time, black people was get their social assistance on first and the 15th, you know what I mean? And it's our fault for really, a lot of our people got really, really, really comfortable in that scenario, you know what I mean? And they made it real good for the people that was, running the pharmacy. Me and my homeboys, we ran a legal pharmacy, you know what I mean? You know, we owned the pharmaceutical and we just didn't have a license. But yeah, Pfizer, Eli Lilly, Moderna, and Johnson and Johnson, man, them people is responsible for more death across the board. Probably they line up right next to the Bible because when you look at the Bible, man, there's so much death in there. That's why I don't even understand how people call it the good book. When from front page to the back, there's nothing but death. How you call something like that the good book? But beyond me, you know what I mean? I'm just a thinker, man, and I always look to try to understand things and why things are the certain ways they are, you know what I mean? And uh, but anyway, as to the Fed beef, man, yeah, I wind up doing 9 years, you know what I mean? I became like I had a partner, man, actually his name was Mason. He was from no, Mason was from actually he was from Las Vegas, Nevada, man. Very kind of He had a legal mind, you know what I mean? And where, you know what I mean? It was even to the point, man, where the homeboys used to get mad because I would go to the iron pile and try bed. I got to go to the law library, man, because one day in this place is too much for me, you know, and these people talking about doing more than that, you know what I mean? So I was constantly going to the law library and studying the law, reading federal seconds, federal thirds, reading American jurisprudence, reading the procedures, and you know, just the etiquette of the court. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't understand that the etiquette of the court is supersedes a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like being respectful to the judge and stuff like that, which has absolutely, man, I can care less because a lot of times when you see them judges, they just sitting up there not really like they ain't even paying attention. So the hell with the judge. I'm trying to see what's up with my freedom, and then they lobbing around all these Latin terms and talking in a language that you understand. So you got to go get that Black's dictionary and break down the Latin terms. You know, like how many people know what a deed of Corelli is, Cornovis, you know what I mean, quid pro quo, you know what I mean? How many people know what that stuff mean just right off the hand, you know what I mean? So when they start lobbing prima facie, and when they start lobbing these things around, you need to know what they're saying because you'll be the only one sitting in the court that don't know what's being said, and they be talking right on, soldier. I see you. They be talking specifically about you, you know what I mean? And it'd be to your detriment that you don't understand because that's why they simply says ignorance is no excuse of the law. But I guess you know all is fair in love and war, man. Because all if all in fair if all wasn't fair in love and war, men would need to conquer other men or conquer other countries. You know what I mean? That's why I don't see when the ladies be getting out of pocket with us. You know what I mean? And they be, you know, talking about that's not fair. This is not fair. It's not fair. You know what I mean? And I know I'm going a little bit off the subject, but you know, we just freestyling today, right? The Bible fucked up me when they had us talking to snake. Yeah, exactly. So that's kabuki theater right there, man. That's you know what I mean. That's comic book. You know what I mean, Mr. Gov. That's comic book stuff. You know what I mean. Why would they put that in there? And then you know what I mean. Why? And then why would the mind be so acceptable or something like that? You got a snake that's talking. You know, and nobody's pointing that out, man. You know what I mean. So it's interesting that you said that. You know what I mean. And I always challenge that too, man. You know what I mean. I challenge that thought. You know what I mean because that's man super weird to me, man. You know, but I guess that's what they do, man. When they go in there, they ignore a lot of stuff that's kind of like out there. You know what I mean, right in your face. But yet you just based on you don't want to be the one to call it out, or you don't want to. You know, maybe you in fear that you might go to hell if you call it out or something. Man. So you don't say anything. You know what I mean? So you turn a deaf ear to it. You know what I mean? Knowing that is some crazy stuff going on. You know. It's all cultism, right? What's the difference between some of the stuff that we do today as a people when we go up in these churches and believe in some of the things we believe in? Pastor looking good, pastor rolling double R, Bentley, you know, Ferrari. You got pastors rolling around in Ferraris and Lamborghinis these days. And people, the parishioners are pulling up in Ford and Festivas and shit, you know? Come on, man. So, Mr. God, what's your thought on all this, man? Give me some feedback, man. Let's dialogue on it, man. Yeah, that's another. You know, she had three sons, and they made three. But you know what I mean. Remember, there's a part in there where they talked about you. They go out and talk to the other people. You know what I mean. They gave the idea that there was some more people there. They just weren't talking about them in the Bible. You know. But I think what happened to us, you know what I mean. If you want my honest opinion, I think the Dark Ages is when spirituality was suppressed because the spirituality of the black man and the black woman was all around the world, and that was kind of like the blueprint, you know what I mean? But If you're trying to build something, you're trying to change the narrative, you want to suppress that, you want to cut it off. It was cut off. Spirituality was cut off for 500 or 600 years. That's why they call it Dark Ages. All the books, the temples, and the monuments was they literally tried to destroy it all. And then when we came up out of the Dark Ages, they had repackaged the whole thing. You know what I mean? They painted up, you know what I mean, this blonde hair, blue eyed Jesus, you know, and they came up with the Moses thing, you know, with 10 Commandments. I mean, that's kind of like 10 Commandments, you know, really that's right and wrong stuff right there. But a lot of what we call right and wrong is really just human, right? So what you guys thoughts on that? You know what I mean? Let me know. I mean, if I'm saying something wrong or y'all feel I'm saying something wrong, you know, talk back to me. Of course, it was only in Europe, but what I'm saying is that black people was all over the world during that time. You know what I mean? And when they come out of it, why did everything change? Because it's impossible for people to be named Mark, Luke, John, Timothy, and all this in the parts of the world that they're in. You know what I'm saying? That's impossible inherently. You know. So, but I know sometimes people, you know, like myself, we say things that out of this conference of awareness of people's what they've been taught or what they know. You know what I mean? And they become more. What becomes important at that point is that they begin to protect the label or the namesake. Say, for instance, like Christianity, Islam, or Buddha. You know what I mean? Because when you say something that people can't defend or they can't give you a reply or give you an explanation. So now they feel like you're attacking them. So they immediately start attacking you because you said something out of their circumference of awareness. Let me see what you said. Western Christianity, white supremacy. That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. It makes you. It definitely makes you cringe because you know it's a lie. You know, it's a well dressed lie. You know, there's a old allegory that talks about a well dressed lie, and what like if I could think about it and remember it right, one day a lie invited the truth out to go swimming, and the lie turns to the truth and they tell the truth. Well, let's see how long you can hold your head under the water, right? And this represents the dark ages, right? So the truth said, okay. And the lie said, I'll keep time. So the truth went underwater. Meanwhile, while the truth went underwater, the lie began to clothe himself in truth clothing. He began to clothe himself in truth clothing. So when he went running up the street, people saw him coming. They said, hey, wait a minute, that looks like truth. So the truth realized, after being submerged underwater after so long, he realized that what had happened, that the lie had took all his clothing. So the truth climbed out the water and started giving chase. The truth started running down the street and started going, wait a minute, but here comes the naked truth. See, when this is what the truth does, the truth catches up to the lie and begin to take its clothing back. And that's what we represent today is that we beginning to take our clothing back. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this stuff that they're putting out there is really us. You know what I mean? But they changed their names, they changed their faces, they changed the book to reflect white supremacy, you know, that psycho philosophical Eurocentric thought, you know. Yes, spirituality was replaced by religion. If you examine the creation and story from various cultures, there is a similarity. You're right. What's going on, man? I'm just hoping, man, you guys get my likes up, my subscriptions up, man, and click the notification bell, man. If y'all ain't already done that, man, go ahead and do so now. I appreciate it, man. Because here's what's gonna happen, man. The more people start tapping in with me, the more in depth I'm gonna go, man, because I'm gonna go get the information. I'm gonna study it and make sure I'm giving it to you right because I want you to have the truth. Because in order to establish the truth, we must first take out the lies. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go get the truth, man. You know what I mean? And let me go get one of my books that I got tons of books, man, but that's another part of the house. I don't want to mess up the live feed, so I'm gonna stay right here. Yeah, I do. Cowboy, I've been working on it, man. Thanks to you, man. You the one that pointed it out. Said, man, I think Cowboy, you made a statement that said, man, my subscriptions don't really reflect what I do. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that, man, because I'm gonna go hard for y'all, man, because I want my people to win, man. I don't want you to be happy. I want you to be unreasonably happy, man, because we as a people, man, we've been through so much, you know. And we now living, we don't went through, slavery, Jim Crow. Now we dealing with Jim Crow Esquire. Jim Crow Esquire is a lawyer, and he's making laws that keeps us in bondage. You know what I mean? Not physically, but mentally. You know what I mean? And they draw these red lines. You know what I mean? And we can't seem to get across them, man. But I tell you, man, we got some very, very, very intelligent brothers out here, man. And we're gonna figure some stuff out, man. That's for sure. 26 on the like button, that's it. If we make the mistakes of relying on something or someone outside of ourselves to save us, yeah, you're right. We are gods. You're right. We do not, and won't believe it. You're right. You know what I mean? We are gods. You know what I mean? Because we're the original man and human, the original man and original woman. Everything else is just a copy. The moment you start accepting and acknowledge that is the moment you start, you know, putting your power out there, man. Josh Norris, I appreciate you, man, tapping in with us, man. I never even saw your name before, man, but man, salute to you, soldier. You know. So Big Deb, so man, let's see, man. We're gonna definitely get into Al Capone, what it is. I see your boy CC Ryder, man. You see it, right? We definitely gotta we gotta talk about a lot of different subjects. We gotta talk about a lot of different things concerning our people and how can we lift our people up, you know. Let's see, no doubt, I appreciate it. Are you familiar with the book called The School to Prison Pipeline? Yes, yes, yes. I'm very familiar with that, you know what I mean? But Michelle Alexander wrote a great book, you know what I mean? There's a lot of good information out there that circles around the area which we're speaking on. You know what I mean? And to be for real with you, man, I'm autodidactic, man. Autodidactic is a person that is sick and tired of the sick and tired, man. And you got to go. That's when you got to get off your butt and start studying, man, and teach yourself, man. You like I said, man. In order to learn the truth, you got to first take the lies out. And I'm taking the lies out because when I was growing up, my parents didn't force this religious stuff on us. You know what I mean? My mother said, "It's your choice what you want to do. If that's what you want to do," because my friends would come by and say, "Hey, man, you want to go to church with us?" So, oh, yeah, I'm feeling in for Kevin Loco. Yeah, so she would say, they want us to go to church with us, but my mom made it clear to me that we didn't have to, you know, believe none of that stuff that was being said in there. You know what I mean? So to me, when I go to church, it's I get the same feeling if I go to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert. It's the same feeling, you know what I mean? A feeling of joy, a feeling of good music, good times, happy people, you know what I mean? So if I go see Frankie Beverly or with Fire, if I go to church, man, and they got a good choir or something, people singing, I get that same feeling. To me, I don't see what the difference is. A bit off topic. You remember the street worker ponytail? Yeah, I remember her, man. You talking about the black chocolate girl, man? Yeah, I remember her. Of course I do. She was on Long Beach Boulevard. Man, man, I used to own the boulevard. I was like the king of that thing, man. Man, that's some stories, man. That's some stories I haven't even tapped into you, man. Man, for real, man. And I'm not gonna get into them today, man. But I'm telling you, because me and Flex, my artists that what I mean, y'all tap in with the Flex too, and also Gino Boss. Gino Boss is the one got me with this bubbly, you know what I mean. So yeah, we're gonna start pushing that as well, you know what I mean. So these are really coming along, man. Melly, the South Side and the Taylors on my side. Yeah. Yeah, man. At one time, man, we was one of the same, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, all this stuff mystifies me with these youngsters, you know what I mean? Because I think they got Percocets, Vicodins, Molly, syrup, powder, um, crystal. Then on top of that, with a bottle of Hennessy as a wash it down with. So you can't really get a whole lot of sense out of that. You live in that square life. I was just a youngster. You remember Ponytail? Okay, I got you. Big Deb, whatever happened to Shantae, man? Shantae lived on Lugo. Her and her sister and her auntie, they lived on Lugo Corner House. You want to go live? She don't want to go live. She just coming here to see what I'm doing, but she's live. I'm gonna turn the camera on you. You better run. Let's see. What are you saying? Let's see. Craving social media attention and anything makes them know better than low key either, right? Let's see. I asked about the school to prison pipeline because it seems like there is a hospital to prison pipeline, and I hate, yeah, I hate generalization, but it seems social is designed for the blacks to fall. Yeah, it is, man. You know what I mean? It's man, it's systemic in institutional racism. That's why I tapped in on the Esquire. You know what I mean? Jim Crow Esquire, because Jim Crow Esquire is an educated racist. He went to he went to Harvard, he went to Yale, he went to Princeton, and he went to Ivy League schools in order to set up laws. Man, that's why you see the governor down there in Georgia and Texas and Florida. This is why they implement these laws as we speak, man, to try to because they're really fighting against a system that they're losing. They're gonna lose. You know what I mean? And they know that. So they're trying to hold on to it with a weak few, you know what I mean? But it's not gonna happen, man. The times are changing, man. This is the evolution and it's evolving, man. You know what I mean? It's our time, man. But we got to get our heads off the sand. Yeah, right on, man. Y'all gonna click that notification, man. Hit that like, subscribe, and get my likes up, man. Please do. Oh, artist stayed on what does he stay on? Caldwell. I don't know what's going on with artists, man. But yeah, he lived right there by Linwood High. That's who you talking about? Yeah, I think he's out though. He went to the feds, man. Artist, I think it's the artist Houston, right there. You know artist, right? Still live right behind Linwood High on Carlin. Yeah, 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 yeah. Trust me, living that square life, man. When it comes to the people, man, that grew up in our areas or in the Compton area, man. 9 chances out of 10, man. If they grew up during my time, I know them, man. And I don't just know them. They probably are friends of mine. You know what I mean? At one point, we had conversation, a dialogue, man. Because I made it a point to make do that. You know what I mean? Because I'm into being a total responsiveness and building rapport, you know what I mean, and be able to go to people and you know what I mean, because that's what this life is about. Yeah, so yeah, Big Dev. So man, I'm building an airplane while we fly it, man. I wasn't able to get you on live, man, but I'm gonna figure that thing out, man. I don't want to try it again because I might be lost in the sauce again, man. Y'all be wondering what happened to me, where I went to. Yes, I'm still in touch with them. Matter of fact, they just called me last night, man, to wish me happy resurrection. Some of them did, but some of them know the vibe, man, because you got to know that the New York cats, they grew up in that era where the Harlem Renaissance and where, you know, people like Paul Robeson, Paul Garvey, Marcus Garvey, you know what I mean, Dr. Smalls, and, you know, it's just to name a few where, you know, they got that real theology, man. You know what I mean? Theosophy, you know what I mean? Because theology is where you search for God, but theosophy is when you know that God lives within you. You know what I mean? You're not looking outside of yourself for God. That has nothing to do with the creator of all things, but I'm talking about the God. For sure. The hood postman. Chino, what's happening? Cinco El Cinco, what's up, man? I gotta go get my boy Wedo, man. Wedo is a fool, man. Wedo is over there off of Poppy Street. Matter of fact, he live in Zeus' old house. If anybody ever remember Zeus, man, you know, rest in peace, Zeus. Right on, Street View. What's good with you? I think this live thing must be really popping, man, because you guys are really responding to it. Well, maybe I'll do it more often, man, and get more adjacent to it. You know what I mean? Because it seems like that seems to be the style that everybody is following. You know what I mean? I do the videos, of course. You know what I mean? I won't stop doing that. Joe Farrell, what's up? What's up, Joe Farrell? Man, this the first cat right here out of Texas, man. He drew that picture of me. And he had the Santa Fe Rosecrans in my glasses right here. You know, the Santa Fe Rosecrans. That was dope, Joe Farrell. Appreciate that. Yeah, I know Michael Stone, man. I was over there with all his loved ones yesterday. Over there in Pocket. Matter of fact, it was the Pocket, man. It was crazy. If you go look at that video, man, them niggas was barbecuing on the sidewalk on 122nd, man. So it was I was over there with Andre McGowan, which is Renee McGowan's brother. Then I had Chico. Chico was there, you know, and just a host of others, man. You know, all the Celestines, they was there. Their whole family was there. You know what I mean? And just numerous of people. Hold that up, man. Hold that up. Yeah. Cut it off is what I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm gonna keep the live stream going, man. I just like I said, man, it's like building an airplane as you fly it, man. So yeah. I just be patient with me. I'm gonna get up to speed, man, because here's the thing, man. Our people, man, they don't necessarily like teaching you, you know what I mean, things, you know what I mean? So you gotta kind of, and I'm not like that, you know what I mean? Because I'll teach anybody anything I know. I don't care, you know what I mean? Because I want us to be better as a people, you know what I mean? So what's a good time for me to pick, Cowboy? That's important too, you know. What do you guys think is a good time? I mean, so I can get the East Coast people and also the West Coast people. What is a good time to go live? 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock Pacific. Yeah, okay. Well, nobody has no answer for that one though. But yeah, what do you think? How's Better Bruno? I checked on him as well. I live in Texas, so I'm 2 hours there, so maybe 5 p.m. in the Cali time. Okay, got you. Yeah, okay, got you. Street View, got you. Yeah, 4 or 5 is cool. Cool, cool, Big Dev. I appreciate that. Appreciate that feedback. Yeah, so you know what I mean. So yeah, man. So we'll build the airplane as we go, man. Remember, I'm the bus driver, man. Get on the bus while I take your ass to school. D. Carroll, I see you 6 Eastern. Cool, 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 cool. Sunday is 4 p.m. Okay, okay, got you, Al Capone. So how's you guys enjoying Quack Up back, man? You know what? Knowing what I know now, I definitely would approach that whole thing differently. You know what I mean? I wish I just would have been informed the way I am today. You know what I mean? And just give, was able to give the information to where we can be better, man. Because listen, man, what people don't understand about the Santanas, man, we were like a military, man. We had fatigues and we would do surveillances, we would get on top of garages and houses and you know what I mean, whatever we had to do to protect us because we were being hit from all sides. So there was a lot of things that went into to making of Santana, you know what I mean? So don't take that for granted, you know what I mean? We was very well thought out. Okay. As long as I put on the alerts. Okay, got you, got you, got you, got you, got you. Thanks for that, D Curl. Appreciate that. Yeah, I know Tweety Bird, man. Tweety Bird is something else, man. He's doing good, though, of course. So listen, man, we don't went 43 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this one, and I'll be looking forward to tapping in with you guys on. We'll see what happens tomorrow, man, and we'll figure out some times and stuff, and we'll get it, man. We get these likes and subscriptions up, man, and see where it go from there, man. Because there's a whole lot of things I haven't even said yet. I haven't even tapped in yet, man. Because I talk to Marcellus on a daily basis. I talk to Big Who on a daily basis. I talk to a lot of people that ain't never been on this internet, and I'm talking about that was instrumental. You gotta wait, man. That was instrumental in building the Crips. So these individuals have never been interviewed, so you know what I mean. Just be acknowledged those names. You know, the Marcellus actually him and Baby Gangster started the CC Rider, and they started that out of the county jail. You know what I mean, and then of course Big Who, man, Big Who was right there with Raymond, Big Tookie, and all them guys. You know what I mean. So and Cutes is well aware of Big Who as well. So anyway, man, Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman, you know that vibe, man. Y'all go and enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. I'll be tapping in soon. Peace.